Hey, what's going on, guys? MrCapKev here from MrCapKev channel, and today I'll be doing a new series on my channel. It's going to be top 5s or top 10s of anything, but today I'm going to be doing my top 5 best Sonic games. So let's go. So you must be wondering, what is name Sonic the Hedgehog for number 5? You're thinking the Sega version? I say nay. I say the Xbox 360 version was better because it had great graphics. The story mode was great, but the reason why it was my number 5 is because it was just hard to complete levels. It was just so tricky. It's not easy. It wasn't fair enough. Until like Sonic Unleashed came out, that was another great one, but the bad part was couldn't beat level 3. God, that gave me so much anger, but I never gave up and I keep on trying, which maybe I should go play it right now. And this is why Sonic the Hedgehog at Xbox 360 became my number 5. So you're probably thinking that this video is mostly about Sonic, but no, there was a game that was not about Sonic. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Shadow the Hedgehog. That was a great game, even though I didn't get to play that much of it. I got like halfway there and I couldn't even finish it. But this whole story is just amazing, and I'm glad that they thought something different than just a Sonic game. Since like they brought Shadow into the game from Sonic Adventures 2, it was just outstanding and amazing. The storyline was just mostly about him thinking of that image that he had, and it was just awesome. And this is why I give Shadow number 4, because he is the best hedgehog in the world. So now it's time for me to talk lots now. So number 3 here, we got Sonic Adventures. Now this, oh my god, this is where I started playing Sonic. Is because of this game is where I started playing the whole series now. This is just outstanding because you had 5 stories that were trying their best to stay on the same path as one, but you had Sonic, who was mostly going after Eggman. You had Tails, who was mostly racing Sonic in every level, but he versus Eggman by himself. And then you had Knuckles, who is mostly trying to get his emeralds back because his land fell down because of the chaos took his emeralds. Once he gets all his emeralds back, he goes back up into the world. And then you had Amy, who only had 3 levels, but was a nice story because Amy had a bird that hit her when she was going shopping and had to keep it away from this robot who I think was probably working for Eggman. And then you had this robot guy, I don't know what his name was, but he was like mostly working for Eggman a lot too, but he had a story where he had to compete with all these robots to become the best robot. But then Amy all of a sudden changes his mind to be good, and then at the end he versus the ultimate boss, which was kind of tricky but it worked out, and of course he blew up at the end. And then you had Biggs. Biggs was so fun because all you had to do was just go after his frog, and that was it. That's just mostly a story. And then when you finished all those, you combined as one big finish with the final chapter of where you are Sonic, who turns into a Super Sonic and reverses the ultimate chaos. And all in all, this game was great. I loved it so much, and this is why it gets number 3. So now you're wondering, why did I pick Sonic Adventures 2 over Sonic Adventures 1, even though I talked lots about it? It's because, you know what? Shadow. That's why. Because Shadow is awesome, and also the storyline's awesome. You got the hero side story, you got the bad side story, then they combine forces together to defeat this strange little alien Godzilla thing, and also the saddest part ever when like Shadow dies by using all of his power. But it's really a great game. You should try it out. It's very awesome. I just picked this because of Shadow, because Shadow is just awesome and he deserves this spot. And yeah. And if you didn't know by now, of course Sonic Heroes is going to be my favorite one, my number 1, because you got to be different teams. You got Team Sonic, Team Dark, Team Rose, whatever that other new 3B guys are, and you don't have to have different levels by themselves. You can just switch with a click of a button to be that character. That's what's awesome about it. And they try their best to stay on the same story together, but it's like this. You could start at a beach with the other team, and you could start like in the city with another team. That's what it's mostly like. And you all combine together to verse Robotic Sonic, and you guys have the same bosses that you verse with all the other teams. It's just amazing. The storyline is great. I love it, and it's just awesome. So this is why it should be my number one.